How you make it move is with the clutch. It's going to be this lever right here. You don't have to worry about the throttle or any of that just yet. What you're going to want to do, there's 4 positions to your clutch. There is disengaged, which is completely closed. In this position, the clutch plates are separated from each other and they have disconnected the engine from the transmission. You release it out really slowly until you start to feel the bike pull. You notice how the bike starts to pull right about there? That's called the biting point. That is where the clutch plates actually make contact with one another and start to transfer power from the engine to the transmission. Right there, that's the biting point. The third position is going to be the friction zone, and that is a gap just past the biting point and in between the biting point and fully engaged. Fully engaged would be your clutch all the way out, the clutch plates making full contact and the engine pushing full power to the transmission. So you want to find out where that biting point is, and it's going to feel a little different on every motorcycle. So you what I do is I take a nice wide stance, get a good balance, find yourself, and then let that clutch out nice and slow until you start to feel it pull. Right there's your biting point. All right, now I'm gonna roll myself back a little bit and I'm gonna let it out until I feel it. So it's right there. That means that everything in between here and there is dead zone. This does nothing. All of this in here is useless space. It's not useless, but for this, it's useless space. You don't need it. All right? So when you bring your clutch out, you're going to go right to that biting point. Now, if you want to go, all you do is you let it out into that friction zone and just hold it there, and you start rolling. And if you just leave it right there, you will just go. Once you hit a certain speed, you can just completely let it all the way out. But you pull it out into that friction zone and hold it there for a few seconds while you get moving. Once you're moving, don't need it. Clutch is done. I'm not applying any throttle. I'm just holding the bar. See? Throttle's dead. I might need to give a little gas to go up the hill. Actually, no, didn't even need it. Not even touching the throttle, no clutch. It'll just idle at this speed until something either slows me down and I have to accelerate to keep the engine from stalling, or I have to stop.